So I am interested in playing a lot more of this game, but let's go ahead and talk about my first impressions after the first couple of hours. But I feel like there's just way too much that you really need to play more. But this game, I would say Din's Champion. It's Terraria meets Diablo meets a little bit of tower defense. This game just came out of early access today, as of August 24th of 2026, and we're just trying it out. Luckily, Delilah in chat loves the game, was really able to help me get the ropes of everything because when we first started the game, there's a little bit of tutorial here and there, mostly text boxes and stuff. It basically shows you how to get started, what you need to do. And essentially this game is an open world game where you choose a character, you choose a class, you choose a world size, you can choose some modifications for, if you want perma survival, perma death. If you add a lot of those sort of negative aspects, think like Project Zomboid. You get experience, you get extra permanent experience gain for getting those things. But basically, the whole goal of the game is you are Din's champion. You are sent to this biome at level 1, depending on your character. And your goal is to level up by fighting monsters to get experience, making a base and protecting your sort of health gem, gathering lots and lots of resources, building houses, fortresses, obtaining NPCs to help you build up your area, shop, quest with them, just be there. It's really weird. There's like a lot of mechanics in this game, and it's like a randomly generated map where just like different biomes where you have to go and explore and do things. So I say it's like Terraria because the goal is to explore. You have the map, you have the overworld, then you have these sort of underground areas where you're digging and digging and digging. Obviously it's a 2D platforming game, so you can see what's going on. So you're doing lots of digging, you're collecting resources, then you're essentially teleporting, bringing them back to your town, and you're smelting ores, you're crafting items. And where I say it's Diablo-like, it's because the sort of stuff you can craft, the sort of stuff you can put on your character here. So you can get like you can get like boots, jewelry, lots and lots of armor slots, and you can really, really change up and do things. So when you craft something, you have a chance of making them different sorts of rarities, which is kind of cool. You have backpacks that you can equip, you can salvage items, you can wear different sorts of weapons, and of course, you have lots of stats. When you level up, depending on the character you have, the class, mine's a weapon master. So I have health, mana, money, armor, strength, defense, strength, dexterity, vitality. When you level up, you put points into those things. So if I have a high strength, that means I have a higher requirement to wear things like a giant two-handed mace, etc. So, and there's also armor sets. Male's better for just straight out defense purposes. And if you put like cloth items on, it gives you like intelligent buffs and all that. There's crit chances. So that's what I mean by Diablo like. Enemies, you fight enemies, you get experience, they drop resources, and sometimes they even drop different items. Or you can enchant items, you can disenchant them, you can implement sockets on them, put different sorts of sockets that give you abilities. Also, there is a skill tree that is used here as well. The more you mine things, it levels up. The more you weave things, smelt things, it goes up. And that also gives you like more extra resources when you get things. So there's also a basic tree where you can increase your defenses on mail armor, your capes, your shields. Then you have your class armor once you make your character. And this is also multiplayer, but I haven't touched any of that, right? So you have like sword mastery, you have actives, you have passives, and even with those actives, you can put minor buffs on them, major buffs on them. So there's a lot to do here. But ultimately, the goal, besides just having one gigantic map like Terraria, and you can change the map sizes, is you have to basically defeat the boss of each area. The longer you stay in an area, the more tougher it's going to get over time. But if you're playing like I would say the basic default mode like I am here, you don't have to worry too much if you die. You don't really lose much, you just teleport back and things. So you have to destroy that, and then depending on your level, you have to do like some sort of defense, and then your whole base gets teleported along with your NPCs, everything within a certain area. It all gets teleported to another sort of higher level map that's generated again, according to the level. You're just gonna keep leveling up over and over and over again. So that's the thing. It's like it's interesting because you don't stick with one map forever. You just move on to the next one, get stronger, move on to the next one. And I can see this game being very fun in the long term because there's like a lot to explore right now. I'm always leveling up. I'm always making new weapons. I'm trying all these new skills out. The game looks. I would say personally, I think the game's ugly. The UI is pretty crappy as well, and I got a lot of UI bugs, like a ton of UI bugs that I wasn't even sure if it was part of the game or not. I had to like mess around and do things. It's very janky. It's very 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 jank. Just came out of early access. It feels still early access. I'm not gonna lie. Polish wise, it feels early access, but content wise and the game loop, it's pretty addicting. I can see, people playing this for a very long time, multiplayer, getting to the higher levels, and then once you beat everything, replay it again with different classes, with different sorts of challenges, like the perma. There is a in between. Well, from what I'm playing, which is the really easy mode, the standard mode, where you don't get much, you don't get that many penalties when you die, all the way to the hardcore mode, where if you die, it's game over. There's like an in between where every time you die, your vitality goes down by a certain percentage. So if you die a certain amount of times, then it's permanently game over. So you can really tailor your experience here. But there's a lot of like mechanics here. Like for example, when you talk to NPCs, you find them randomly. They can die permanently. You can accept quests from them. You can bring them into town. Even like Terraria, you can make houses, have them live in there. It's just a lot going on here. And yeah, also the tower defense thing. So I would recommend you guys check this game out. It's like 30 bucks or something on Steam, just came out. And yeah, if you're itching to have another like Terraria experience, but maybe on a smaller scale, but you want like all those different numbers and fighting and random stuff, then I would definitely check this game out. I'm gonna keep trying more, and maybe we can do an even further in-depth review. But after a couple hours, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm absolutely, experiencing. And luckily, I do have to say, I think the worst thing about this game, besides like if you don't like the graphics and if the UI is shitty and a bunch of bugs, it's the onboarding, right? Luckily, I've played a ton of indie games, lots of Terraria likes, so I'm able to put all of those ideas that I've done and put them into here. I have the ways that I like to make houses. I have the way my hotbar is set up. 3 is always pickaxe, 1 is always sword, 2 is always like torches and all that stuff. It's like it's what I used to do in a lot of games, so I'm very used to it. But if you're not used to this sort of survival play style, especially I don't know how this is gonna work. What the hell is this up here? Recently complained about third party to be wizard. There's a freaking there's a thing. That's so funny. There's a NPC things that going up there. Anyway, yeah, this is the onboarding. If you are completely new to the genre, it's gonna be rough if you're going in. But if you're quick to pick things up, the exploring, having fun, and experiencing the game is all part of the experience. So if you enjoy, like, okay, there's so much mechanics, piling on, piling on. What do I craft? Oh my god, there's too many things to craft here and there. The exploration part it's a dual-edged sword. Either you are overwhelmed and you're like, I don't know what the hell to do, whatever, or you're like, oh, I can't wait to craft this workbench to see what I can craft. Wow, I can upgrade it to copper, to bronze, to copper, to tin, to bronze, to iron, to steel, and all that stuff. So you have to just know what you're getting yourself into. Terraria meets Diablo meets tower defense, and I think you're gonna be having a good time here. I think you're gonna have an even better time if you play multiplayer though, because if you're gonna play single player, might as well just play Terraria for the most part. So that was Din's Champion. Let me know what you guys think. I'll go ahead and upload the full playthrough that we're going to be doing on the Mabimpressions 2 channel, but this is my first impressions. It's an interesting game. I highly recommend you guys check it out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.